Hello everyone and welcome to Midweek News. Sorry for the lack of content last week. I was a little busy trying to plan a April Fool's joke on everyone, but that has been settled, so now I can get back to business. Now this episode is going to be a little bit more political than normal, so brace yourself and try not to use the comment section until after the video. So now that you are all successfully braced, we can get back onto the task at hand. House Representative Duncan Hunter is being investigated by the FEC for spending campaign funds for $1,300 worth of Steam video game purchases. This comes from him claiming that his son, who had access to his credit card, apparently the credit card connected to his campaign funds, used his credit card to purchase all these games. I'm just going to have to go out there and on a limb and say I'm having a hard time believing him. Mainly because of how the heck did his son get access to this credit card if it's tied to his campaign funds. That seems a little far-fetched to me. But that being said, if it is true, and an investigation would find it either to be true or false, then yeah, it's just a mistake that was made. And he said that he's already going to comply with paying back the funds. So that, and in that sense, it's already taken care of. What's also worrying about this is a lot of the heat that he's been getting isn't necessarily that he spent campaign funds, but that people are outraged that he spent money on video games. And this idea that video games are terrible instruments of corruption to youth. And Representative Duncan Hunter has actually written an article on Politico discussing this. And basically, he says that, regulating video games for their content is not a good way of going about dealing with the corruption of youth. But I think the reason why he's getting such heat about it is because he's actually a Republican. And if you know anything about Republicans, they tend to take issues with these things. So at the same time, while it's a very Republican position to not want to regulate an industry, it's also a very Republican position to basically think of the children as they must be innocent, must maintain their innocence, and not allow them to be corrupted by such vile, horrid content as video games. And so on one side I go, hey, you know what? It's a Republican that stands up for video games. That's pretty good. But at the same time, it does seem kind of... I just don't find it very convincing that his son accessed his credit card and bought all these games. I just don't find it very convincing. But an investigation is underway, and we'll see what happens. I don't exactly know what I would think should happen to him if it was found that he lied about his son purchasing the games. It was actually himself. It's not like these politicians don't like to play video games every now and then. I'm pretty sure there's like hundreds of them. There's bound to be a few out there that play video games. And so I just think that's how it's very possible that he purchased them for himself. There was a fan-made campaign video supporting Donald Trump, which featured the voice of Martin Sheen from Mass Effect 2, along with music and images of both Donald Trump and other Republican candidates or previous Republican candidates, along with and Hillary Clinton. I would like to point out I don't think there was a single shot of Bernie Sanders in there, but we'll let that slide for now. So yeah, this video uses the dialogue from the Elusive Man when he's talking about Commander Shepard and bringing him back to life. Basically, he's saying, hey, we want one to help humanity, and this is the man to do it. And they're basically replacing Commander Shepard with Donald Trump. I'm not going to show the ad here, the campaign video, I should say. It's not really an ad, but I'm not going to show it here because BioWare and EA have already gone out and said that this is not allowed. They're using their IP, which is legitimate. They own this copyrighted material, and it's being used to support a presidential candidate. Now, the video is still available to watch on Twitter. As of right now, it could be removed at some point later. I will put a link in the description below, but keep that in mind that when this video goes live, that link might not be good anymore. So the video is still available, but Donald Trump retweeted this, and that's where we get the whole this has become an issue, because Donald Trump retweeting it means that he's supporting it, and so now he's using that material for his campaign. And so it has since been Donald Trump's retweet has been removed, and so I don't want to show any of the footage here because it's even though actually it wouldn't be that bad, other than the fact because it's mostly just audio. It's the music and the voiceover that's the problem. But it does have at the end called Trump Effect, using the same kind of font as Mass Effect for their logo. So, at some point you have to remember that every once in a while you might find a decent copyright infringement. Like you might be, every once in a while they'll be right about something. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, I actually own this stuff. You can't use it for your own purposes. And so it's good to know that, at least in this case, that EA has the right to do it, and it seems legit. For all of you fans of the Tom Clancy's The Division, this next story is for you. So on April 12th, there will be an update for the PC version of The Division. For all you Xbox One and PlayStation 4, you don't really have this problem. But PC gamers have a problem with cheating in the game. And it's been a big problem with hacking, specifically, where a lot of the changes you can make for your game is stored client side, so that you can basically change the data and it'll affect the game, and there's no server to check to see if those files are matching. So that's a problem. And so their solution is to allow people to report players that are hacking. And what it is the first time you get hacked, if it is verified, then you get suspended for 3 days. The second time you hack, or cheat, I should say, and it is verified, this is very important, it has to be verified by Massive, then you're banned. So you have 2 strikes and you're out. And this is needed, very much so, because a lot of the end game right now, although they're talking about bringing in incursions, which is a new end game, similar to how running heroics in MMOs or basically your group content end game for MMOs. And so the only thing right now is the Dark Zone. Until that update, until we get incursions, the only thing there is the Dark Zone, which is multiplayer and PvP oriented. And with hacking, it makes that unplayable. And so the only end game you have in the game right now is unplayable, or virtually unplayable. You can still run around, you can have success, but whenever you run into that hack, it really ruins the experience. So I'm not a huge fan of The Division. I like it enough. I'll play it every once in a while, but I haven't really done any of the Dark Zone stuff. And most of what I know about the Dark Zone stuff comes from what my friends have been hearing. And I know of a couple of people that have actually had problems with hacking, and so it's not so much of it's really not that far for me. I understand the frustration of it. So this is a problem. And I'm glad that they've come up with a solution, but I feel like the solution needs to be that they need to make a better game. Like they need to actually fix the client issue and not have a way for the game to check to make sure your files are not corrupted. But I do know that from a friend of mine who does coding, he says that takes a long time to fix. So it could be that they're coming out with this solution and they're working on the other solution. So for the time being, this works. They put a Band-Aid on it, essentially, and planning on changing the game so that it doesn't have this problem in the future. And I'm really looking forward to that being the case. And I'm hoping that this will make it so Dark Zone Endgame is playable again, and so because I want to enjoy more of the game, actually, that would be great. What I think on April 12th, I'm gonna probably try to play the game again because it's looking better and better every day. And that was your midweek news. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.